Hello. One of the things that I get to hear mostly in the sessions that I'm now taking is how do I get my life on track because I have wasted 6 months of my time. How do I make sure that the next 6 months are worthwhile? How do I make sure that the 6 months that are to come, I use these months to the optimal? So I felt that I should make a video on this, and I just want to tell you that look, whatever has happened in the 6 months, the past 6 months, they do not define you, neither will the 6 months that are to come for the rest of your life will define you in any way. Okay, because as a human being, sometimes you're going to lag behind, sometimes you're not going to be your best, sometimes you're going to probably not see results even if you work a lot, even if you probably give your 100% and 1000%. Sometimes you will not see those kind of results, but that doesn't mean that you haven't tried enough. So they don't define you, yes, but at the same time, what does define you is your indomitable spirit. That is what defines you. Like I've always said, that the best kind of improvement is when you divide your goals between physical, mental and spiritual. No kind of evolution, no kind of growth is possible if you do not look at these three areas. So you have to choose tasks that are physically exhilarating, mentally liberating and spiritually enlightening. Okay, I'll start with the spiritual part first. Spiritual enlightenment doesn't mean that you sit on a yoga mat and then you just breathe in, breathe out or whatever. Spiritual enlightenment also means having a good control over your emotions, understanding how you function in crisis, understanding what can you do so that whenever there is a problem later on, how can you solve it without losing your shit. So what technically happens is that whenever we are in this flight and fight mode, we tend to lose that we tend to lose discernment, we tend to lose that judgment that we probably should have had in the first place. So for example, let's say there is a crisis that has just struck me. Okay, what can I do so that I don't panic? What can I do so that I don't think that this is the end of the world? What can I do so that I can survive this time? What can I do so that I don't have to feel sorry about myself? So that is about spiritual enlightenment. Most people don't understand this, so they'll say that okay, I have meditated, I have done journaling and I have done this and I have affirmed like 500 times and all, but that's not what spirituality is about. Spiritual enlightenment is like letting the old part of you die so that the new self can kick in, and when the new self kicks in, that's when the new things start to come up. You tend to see new things coming up in your reality. Coming to the physical part, get some exercise every day. Just walk up and down your stairs, or maybe go for a run, go for a jog, whatever for that matter. It doesn't have to be like a hardcore gym routine or anything. Just get a little bit of physical activity, because that ensures that your trauma is not stuck anywhere. Like, I mean, I don't want to get into the complexity of it, but your emotions shouldn't be stored in your body in any way. So when you exercise, those those emotions get out, because you sweat it, you have accomplished a hard task. It sends a message to your brain that you can do things even if you think that you can't. At the same time, also get some sun, because when you get sun, there is vitamin D right there, and the more light you get, the less depressed you are. So that is one thing that you can do. Coming to my favorite part, which is the mental liberation part, and this is something that I always look forward to whenever I am coaching with anyone. I always say that if your mind is healthy, if you can convince your mind of certain things, you will be able to achieve things that probably deem impossible, like for a lot of people. Sometimes what happens is some people who are mentally stronger, they might not be the most intelligent, but they're able to carve out a way much better. So my IQ could be very less, but just because my mind is strong, my mind will tell me that I can find a solution if I have to. So that's why your mental health is like the most important thing that you should actually, consider whenever you're wanting to level up in life in any way. I'm not talking about just the 6 months, I'm talking about generally also in life. I have a blog platform now, which is on Substack. The description will be there, uh, in the video itself. So you can find like there are certain things that I discuss in that particular platform, because I feel like these are things that people are actually missing out on. So anyway, what I want to tell you is that whenever you are mentally preparing yourself for something, so it's not like you're preparing for the worst, but it's just like you're telling yourself that even if there was a crisis at this moment, I can still manage myself. So that is something which you should be able to believe. That self belief does not come in a day, it comes with probably days, weeks, months of practice. So what can you do in the first place? You can first start to calm yourself down. Practice calming yourself down. Even if the world is falling apart, try calming yourself down. Prayer helps, journaling helps. Fix your eating, sleeping, relaxing routines. Fix those things. Those things actually help you become a better person. If you're just sleeping less, you'll have more cravings, you'll indulge in sugar, you'll indulge in processed foods, and your body is going to lack energy, and that's why you'll just go on hogging on stuff you shouldn't be. Sleeping well, also a necessity. Get a good sleep every day. If not every day, just make sure that the most of the days of the week, they have you sleeping well on time, you have enough rest, and you're eating well as well. I mean, like, you're eating at least 3 hours before you go to bed. Have that sort of thing, a mental note in your head all the time. Stop spending time with people whose goals do not align with what they are trying to say. So let's say that they want to be rich, but they have like really they're splurging on items that they don't need. You cannot be with people who do not take enough action towards their lives. You cannot be friends with them. For that matter, even people who have no passion, you cannot be friends with them too. Okay, choose your circle very carefully, because that circle will decide what you are going to be later on. A man is always known by his company. That's just how it is. Limit your interactions. Speak only when it is necessary. You do not have to be a part of every discussion, every forum, every online debate that is there. You may not have an opinion on that. Choose your battles wisely, because that is something that will bring about a change in more ways than you can imagine. You do not have to be a part of every discussion just because they expect you to say something on it. You may not have an opinion. You can give a delayed opinion. It doesn't really matter. People just fight one day and the next day they are friends. It's just like that, okay? The world changes. It changes in a jiffy, okay? You don't have to feel guilty about anything, okay? The other thing that I really want to emphasize on is that do not judge yourself for things that you have done in the past when you did not know to do anything better. You took those decisions because you couldn't think anything better. People make mistakes and it is fine. If you cannot give yourself that grace, it'll be very difficult for you to move on, to evolve and grow, because you're chasing perfection so much, you're forgetting that you're also progressing every single day. So let's say you want to have your 6 months like a person who has probably seen a lot in life, and you want to be inspiring, you want to be motivating to others. You cannot function from a place of lack, meaning that you cannot tell yourself, okay, just because I made mistakes, so that's why now I'm not probably good enough, or probably I will not be able to see much success, or I will not be able to find any change in my life. No, that's not it. Tell yourself a different story every day. You don't need another subscription to an OTT platform. You do not need another top in your wardrobe. You do not need another pair of shoes. You need to read books. You need to read content that can help you develop a different perspective, because the more you tend to think, the better your mind is. The mind starts working better. Like in any way, you just You cannot just sit idle and think that, okay, I don't seem to find any change or anything. Just try reading something. I mean, for the first, let's say, for the first month, give yourself a challenge that you're going to read 100 pages a week, which is practically 14 to 15 pages a day. It's not much. You can do that for yourself. At least for yourself, you should do it, because you owe it to yourself. Don't judge yourself by what other people are doing. It's self-explanatory. I don't have to explain this. I keep telling this to everyone, that you cannot compare yourself with others and then, sink into depression because somebody else has raced ahead and you're still maybe lagging behind. It's not going to help you. So stop comparing your progress with others. Not everyone is in your timeline. Not everyone has faced the kind of traumas that you have. So if you have survived a tough time in your life, if the past 6 months were disastrous, it's okay. It's all right. We all mess up sometimes and it's fine. You're only going to learn from those mistakes, and that is all that matters.